Hi, I'm Rod from the Department for Child Protection in South Australia. The short video you're about to watch is a snippet from a longer conversation that talks about how you should address selection criteria of a job description when you're applying for a state government job. You can watch the full half-hour video on our YouTube channel if you'd like to give your application an advantage. We hope you find it useful. See, this is the bit that I always find the hardest, coming up with examples. I mean, I know I've got what's needed to do the job, but thinking back over my years of work, it's hard to pinpoint good examples. And back when I was starting my career, I didn't even have work examples.
Easy. Brainstorm. For each selection criterion, brainstorm ideas from your recent work life. If you've been in the workforce for a while, examples from 20 years ago aren't likely to be relevant anymore. So keep your examples to recent times, ideally within the past 3 years. If you're just coming out of uni or have limited work experience, think of examples from your studies, project work, volunteer work, or community activities. For example, acting as the secretary in your local sports club might be an appropriate example to meet one or two of a job selection criteria. Write your examples down and keep them somewhere safe, so next time you apply for a job, you've already got an arsenal of examples that you can adapt and use in the future.
So can you give me some more examples of what kinds of experiences I could use to demonstrate that I meet the selection criteria? Let's stick to the criteria written communication skills.
Okay, let's say I'm applying for a senior project officer role, which includes well-developed written communication skills as one of the selection criteria. Some of the situations I could use to illustrate my written communication skills might include, as a project officer at Department XYZ, I needed to write a report on project planning methodologies. Or, when I was a research support officer at the Department for ABC, I designed and compiled a monthly newsletter. Or, when I worked on a research project at GBL Company, I needed to collate diverse sets of data, organise information into topic areas, and synthesise it all into a paper for senior management written in plain English so they could understand it. It is useful to think up as many examples as possible, then you can choose which one best fits.
All right, so you've just given me 3 examples of how I could meet the selection criteria about well-developed communication skills. But they're very general though, they're lacking any specific details, so would they be enough?
No, anyone can make a statement. That's why you need to expand on these initial brainstorming ideas to provide the evidence now. It's my 4th step. Choose the example you're going to use by matching your brainstormed ideas against the wording of the criterion and the outcomes of the job that match that criterion. Once you've chosen which of your examples is the best fit, demonstrate how you met the different aspects of the criterion in that example. Remember to use the STAR method, S-T-A-R.
All right, so show me how it's done.
Okay, remember STAR, S-T-A-R stands for situation, task, approach or action, and result. The situation occurred when I was in my role as a research support officer at the Department for ABC. The task was that I needed to ensure that managers were kept informed of policies and procedures. The approach I took was that I initiated a monthly newsletter that was emailed to each manager. I took responsibility for writing the main articles, which involved obtaining ideas and input from other stakeholders to ensure that the articles reflected the manager's needs in terms of content and language. The result of my action was that feedback was consistently excellent. I received a Divisional Achievement Award for the newsletter quality and led to improved lines of communication between managers and the research support unit. Once you've broken that down using the STAR method, you can then write the draft paragraph in full. For example, as the Research and Support Officer at the Department for ABC, I needed to ensure managers were kept informed of policies and procedures. To do this, I initiated a monthly newsletter, which was emailed to each manager. I took responsibility for writing the main articles in each publication. This involved obtaining ideas and input from other stakeholders to ensure that the articles reflected the needs of managers, both in terms of content and language. I received consistently excellent feedback in relation to this newsletter from these internal clients and my own manager. I also received a Divisional Achievement Award for the quality of this newsletter from management. Importantly, the initiative resulted in improved lines of communication between managers and the research support unit.